So obviously, a big part of your journey was investing in crypto early on. How did you have the conviction to take that risk of, I believe you're working as a waiter and then putting half of your money into crypto at the time? How did you know or think that that was going to be a thing in the future?
I didn't. I looked at Bitcoin. First, I tried to understand it. My first thought was it's expensive when it was sitting at a couple $100s because I was comparing it to penny stocks that I was looking at on Robinhood. I'm like, whoa, this is expensive. But then I started to begin to understand what is money? Why is Bitcoin important? And I just started buying it. Bitcoin wasn't my biggest allocation, nor is it my biggest allocation, nor is it my biggest holding, but it's what got me introduced into the ecosystem. From there, I got introduced to XRP, I got introduced to Cardano, I got introduced to fucking XLM, all the OG coins. I remember buying Tron, which was crazy, sub 1 penny, went to like $1.80 in the 2017 bull run. We were doing like 180x's, 100x's in a couple weeks, but I lost it all. I lost all the money that I made in the first bull run because I fell into the psyop of hold on for dear life, hodl your bags, moon boy this, moon boy that. And I didn't treat the markets for what the markets were, which is a place to come and make money. And I don't see Bitcoin as right now as anything more than another place to hold money. Over the period of human history, this idea of having one global currency never really existed. There were always fractionalized notes. If you begin to evaluate how banking worked inside the United States, different banks would issue their own reserves and different states would issue their own notes. Eventually, that all kind of got institutionalized, put together, JP Morgan, a lot of collaborators, and the dollar that we have today kind of took over, the petrodollar. I think we're beginning to notice the fractioning again of where people like to hold their value and hold their money. To say that not holding your dollars is like a bad thing, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that because the United States is still the superpower of the world. They are the military superpower of the world. They are the imperial power of the world. And holding their currency versus holding any other currency wins over Singaporean dollars, over Swiss francs. At an inflation level, the dollar still wins.
How about something like gold?
I can't tell you a lot about gold because I'm not very familiar with it. I hold physical gold under the premise that I like to have physicality, right? I want a asset that is physical that I can hold on to. I also want digital assets. I want Bitcoin because I can't take $100,000 worth of gold overseas. I get stopped, right? They'd be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You laundering money? Yeah, I can take a hard drive and just go overseas and hand it to somebody. It's $100,000. That's what I like about this type of currency. So the goal of currency is to protect yourself. 2 is to find opportunity for appreciation. Opportunity for appreciation. And 3 is not losing your purchasing power. And that's the big thing that we're noticing today is the purchasing power of people's money is being reduced. And that's where people don't realize that they're entering into slavery. It's this debt cycle, right? This cycle of living off of what you have. And okay, perfect. But now you got double the salary, but perfect. They just printed twice the amount of bills. So you're technically just still in the same situation. You just have more numbers. That's why a lot of people are flexing, oh, I have $1 million in the bank account. Yeah, but bro, do you know how much it costs to buy a house? Like if you were to buy a house cash, your bank account would be depleted by 50%. You're not that rich, right? So yeah.
It's interesting that you say you like to hold physical assets, but I've also heard you say that you don't like real estate. Why is that the case?
I simply don't like real estate for 2 purposes. I think it's a great place to store your money. I understand why people that have a fuck ton of money store their money in real estate, because why would you have $50 million sitting in a Chase bank account? It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. I don't like it because I don't like the headaches of administering. Even if I have admin people running it, it's still my property. I'm still responsible for it. And 2, I don't like to have things that entities can seize that are readily available.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Those are the 2 only reasons.
Where does most of your money sit to this day? Or like, what's the split between investments and cash in the bank?
Right now, cash and stocks. That's it. No crypto. Cash and stocks.
What stocks do you hold?
All the stocks that buy crypto. So big on Coinbase, big on MicroStrategy, the person that put me onto MicroStrategy is the richest guy in Mexico. He talks about MicroStrategy. I was like, okay, he's bought MicroStrategy. I'm going to buy it. Coinbase is the biggest holder of Bitcoin, and MicroStrategy is up there. So I'm just going to own the two companies. I'm betting on the winning horses because even though Bitcoin has the opportunity and most likely will get approved as an ETF, I think the multiples that are going to be made aren't going to be made from Bitcoin. They're going to be made from all the other markets that are going to get the liquidity from the crypto market, that the crypto bull run that's going to come. So my thought and my initial opinion would be stocks. That's where I have a lot of my capital because it's safe. I have a lot of Meta stock. I have a lot of Microsoft. I put in quite a bit of money in Microsoft the day that Microsoft did the $10 billion investment. I posted about it. I tweeted about it simply because they basically bought OpenAI without saying that they bought OpenAI. And why wouldn't you invest into the only potential investment vehicle to OpenAI, right? You're not going to get access to buying OpenAI. So that's the only next best thing. And then finally, PayPal. I'm a big advocate for PayPal.